welcome to Hyderabad, this edition of the Hyderabad Dialogues. Today we have a very special guest. He is a very non-controversial person and a politician who has no enemies. Cutting across party lines, nobody dares criticize him. It's a very rarity in our present day politics. He is none other than our IT Minister, Sridhar Babu garu. Sir, thank you very much, sir, for making time from your hectic schedule to join us here today. So, without further ado, let us get to the point. Now, we'll start questions. It's like an informal conversation.
Sure.
Sir, first I would like to ask you one question. How do you manage in this day and age? There is personal rivalry. Politics is turning into a personal rivalry, whether it is Andhra, even in Delhi, or anywhere for that matter. How do you manage to be so non-controversial and well-respected?
You know, politics nowadays are controversial. I never.
But still, you are not.
But point a time when I don't criticize, as a person, I don't criticize my fellow opponents personally. I don't take personal criticism as a score to be point on my opponents, and I keep that principle in mind. Even though many people try to criticize at my ground level personally also. But the point here is, over a period of my 25 years of journey in politics, I could able to nurture so many friends. I have friends in BJP where ideologically I'm up against it. I have friends in TRS too. In terms of ideology, in terms of their nature, I'm up against too. But personally, I have so many friends as such. Maybe that may be causing hindrance for them to create, talk against me personally.
Despite the issues, whatever, these days I see that there's a lot of personal enemies.
Yes, I do agree. Nowadays, the media attention, especially after the social media has become more prominent. If you abuse somebody, if you attack somebody on a personal front, you will have so many followers, or you will have so many views, and that is catching attention for each and every politician or somebody else also. I don't involve in that sort of thing.
Sir, you just returned from the US trip recently. You earlier worked as a minister from 2009 onwards. You looked after higher education. So, ministry running in the government is not new, but IT, because of the prominence it has assumed in the last 10 years. After assuming charge, how did you feel about it? And once you went to Davos also, you were in US also. So, what is their perception of Hyderabad?
No, basically, Hyderabad has the greatest advantage in terms of the ecosystem which has been created for the past 3 decades. For the past 10 years, what we can say is too much of hype has been created, not too much of work has been done. So hype is there in all states, but if you see from 1992, I keep on telling, we should not forget the history. In 1992, Hyderabad, then Andhra Pradesh as a state, took a keen initiative of promoting software. In 1992, then Chief Minister Janardhan Reddy, taking the cue from the world globalization and liberalization as an advantage, which has been started by P.V. Narasimha Rao. We have laid the foundation stone for this software technology park. That is the seed. From there it evolved. So after 94, TDP has come into governance. They have taken further. And after that, from 2004 to 2014, if you can see, where we did not reflect or highlighted or publicized our achievements in such a great way. Most of the GCCs, what I mean to say is, most of the offshore companies, now we say the global capability centers. From 2004 to 2014, so many software companies have come and established their base offices here. So from 2014 till 2024, when the technology was literally going into rapid space all over the globe. This is where, what we have sown the seeds, where reaping the fruits then it was in automated mode. Even I can say that now. I am a minister IT here, but most of the software development is in automated mode. You just see it was about 2.49 lakh crores software exports when in December 2023. If I do or I do not do, it is about 2.79 crores within a matter of 8 months. So what we are doing, what the other people have done for the past 10 years or before that, then it may be Ponnal Lakshmaya or it may be Komat Reddy, Venkat Reddy, or it may be earlier some other minister. These people were positive in their intent and try to encourage what best they can. So that's how software industry grew, and still there is a big gap between the exports. If you see that as a parameter, there is a big gap between Bangalore and Hyderabad. So, somebody may say that you are too ambitious, the state is too ambitious, but ultimately we have to beat the Karnataka in terms of exports. How do we beat that? If we don't, my point and our government point, our chief minister point is to see that somewhere we have to take a lead in terms of technology. Now, all the disruptive technologies are playing a major role. Even it may be cyber security, or it may be quantum, or it may be data analytics. If you see artificial intelligence, in some field of this technology, we have to take a leap. So that's the real reason we took artificial intelligence, which is trying to occupy space in all verticals of governance, in all verticals of industry, in all spheres of human life now. Even I can say that your journalism profession also has now the heat of AI. In every field, AI is there. So how do we take the leverage of this AI? And the best of the grey matter is here in Hyderabad, because we have 200 plus GCCs here, where about 2 lakh people are employed, who are mostly into coding. It's like I keep telling most of the time that, exporting the dough and importing the bread. So we do coding, our best brains do coding now, 80% or 70%. And big companies make the products and sell it back to India.
But we don't have an original company like a Google, let's say for instance, the upcoming technology.
No, that's the real reason. Now the point here is why we thought of AI city, why we thought of AI R&D, why we thought of big companies to have and put their offices here, why we are thinking of having AI startups, AI innovation, AI center of excellence. So this is a time where we have to take the leverage from all over the globe. Everybody are looking at India, especially Hyderabad also. In the same instance, I can say that when our chief minister and we made a visit to US, inviting industrial partners to come for investment, and also, they were too keen to know about AI, how Hyderabad is trying to invite AI players. So this is where we have to take a leap, before some other state or some other country takes a leap of faith. Then our idea and vision is to literally see that, as you rightly said, the big companies start here. They make products here. If we lay the seed now, the seed will definitely reap, and from Hyderabad itself, the big organization will develop. We have the best brains here, and we want to see that the companies start over here, and in fact, it should be, up there, offshore should be in US, The main company will be here. That is our vision, that is our idea, and that is our, what you say, maybe a dream.
There's one thing here. I interacted with some people in the industry also. Some of them told me that suppose in America, for instance, somebody from Stanford or any other university, a dropout, can start a company from a garage or something. It is so easy. But it is not the case here in India. Not just in Hyderabad, that's not the case here in India. Can we overcome that? What are the procedural issues? I see that the last government also said there is TSI pass, this and that. But how do you encourage entrepreneurs like this?
No, actually, it's about creation of the ecosystem here. If you see our culture, if you see our traditional background, or if we have seen the advancement of the industrial growth cycle, now things are literally different after, 2000. Many youngsters would like to become entrepreneurs. They are just thinking out of the box and see that, they become the multi-millionaires. And there is a scope now. Many people are starting, as you rightly said, now in small garage, 1 or 2 bedroom. Most of the people who has the intent, who has the knowledge, who has the skill, who has some sort of a new technology in their mind, they're doing it now. Now things have literally changed. Now it's other way around, I'm telling you. There are so many, for example, I'm saying, there are so many AI and artificial intelligence startups or innovations which are taking place in Hyderabad. May not be knowing, many people may not be knowing what's happening. But some point of time, for example, I can say in Madras, one guy by name Srinivas, he has started a, very, very small, like AI search engine, Perplexity, if you can.
Yeah, I downloaded it.
So, that's, if you can literally see that, there are so many people right over here, who can come up with novel ideas, novel thinking. Exposure is being given, and we are there, and we are here as a minister, IT. I am here to instill the confidence, whatever the assistance is being required, whatever the cooperation is required from their side, we are here to help them, let them become the billionaires like he had become. Overnight, I can't say that, but when he had got the investment, as $2-3 billion has come. So there's lots of scope here in Hyderabad. I can bet on it. We have the best of the brains. And
My point is there a bureaucratic hurdle?
No. In democracy, in political democracy, definitely there will be some sort of red tapeism, hurdles. But here back in Telangana, my government and my department definitely will see that if that is the case with any of our officers in my department, we shall see that he will be replaced immediately. The proactive officer should be there in the Department of Industries and IT. That's how, because we have to compete with the world now. And if we are still in the time where the nepotism or red tapeism or, delaying tactics will be done by the government, bureaucrats or any level of machinery, it will be the loss for the government, and government will lose an opportunity. The state will lose an opportunity to grow. So we are very, very particular about it, and I shall see, and Chief Minister is also very keen about it, we shall see that no red tapeism or bureaucratic hurdle comes in effect.
Sir, this is with regard to the Congress party. Sooner than later, new PCC president is going to be appointed by the ACC. Your name also among the probables. It is learned that your name also was under consideration. So, who will be your choice?
We go by a system because it's the All India Congress Party, the national party. National party, before selecting any candidates, will be vetting out so many times, talking to the people from grassroots to the top leadership. They will be taking the opinions from many angles, and the intelligence wing also of the Congress party will be having who will be the best among, and they will be selecting a PCC president. And whoever selects, whoever the AICC leadership selects and bestows us on the party wing here, we have to go by it, we'll go by it.
Then you accept it and it's offered to you.
No, right now I don't stand a choice over here. I'm very frank about it. Being a minister, I think that AICC will always think of a person who will dedicate full time for the party.
అంటే గతంలో 2014-15 టైంలో పిసిసి ఇస్తా అంటే శ్రీధర్ బాబు స్మూత్ గా అన్న చర్చ ఉంది. ఎందుకు?
I know my limitations, my plus and minus points. There was a time, there was an opportunity, but I know my limitations and my plus and minus points. I just thought about it and later it did not get concluded.
ఫాక్స్కాన్ ఇష్యూతో దాన్ని అమర్ రాజా బ్యాటరీస్ వాళ్ళు వీటన్నిటి మీద కేటీఆర్ పదే ఐటీ ఇండస్ట్రీస్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ తర్వాత గవర్నమెంట్ నెగ్లిజెన్స్ ఉందని వెనక్కి పోయాయన్న ప్రచారం జరుగుతుంది. దీన్ని ఎట్లా చూస్తారు?
I would like to say one thing. We would like to answer our opponents by actions. First is they told so many things on Foxcon. It is the Foxcon chairman who had come down to CM's residence and stated that he is so positive to further invest in the state of Telangana. And that is the answer for the political critics like KTR. And secondly, I would like to say that the next penultimate day, when Foxconn expressed his willingness almost, because that was one more vertical which they are going in to do in Karnataka. That doesn't mean that they don't want to do it over here. And when Amar Raja Batteries MD, the chairman, had made a comment, we were so patient, we didn't react. We know in what circumstances he would have made that statement. Immediately, the next minute, the political opponents of us, KTR, tweeted that it is going away. But we have proved in action that Amar Raja itself, the chairman itself, has come down to my office. And he told that the government is so proactive, the same guy. And he told that we are going to do total production by 2026. And further, we got so much of right and positive response from the government that itself answers their criticism. It's not like throwing mud and asking us to wash away. It's like our actions. I keep on telling that tomorrow. I don't want a comparison between different forms of government. Our actions should prove. Our actions should reflect. In a split of time, he thought of taking an advantage of the statement made by Amar Raja. What had happened? Now, what will he answer now? What will the TRS answer now? There is no reaction from their side. Regarding Foxconn also, in times to come, the Foxconn not only will keep investments in Hyderabad, Foxconn and its subsidiaries will keep its investments in tier 2 cities too. That's what they expressed. We are not coming up openly basically because we have to have the final conclusion from the Foxconn. They expressed so openly with us. They were so positive. They want to create a city in Hyderabad. So these are all things which they have a plan regarding Hyderabad. Now after a couple of months if they announce, what will they say? What answer can they say? Either they have to stop them, keeping aside the developmental efforts which Telangana people need, where Telangana unemployed people needs employment coming up with the new industries and all. What does this people need? Actually, if we are going for investment in different countries, These people should say, you have to get more investments. We are there for you. And these people, the TRF people, has to say that, 10 long years of experience we have, we will try to extend whatever the experience they gained over a period of 10 years. But instead, they are trying to scare away the investors.
But there is no pushback, not much pushback from you, I think. I mean, during the US tour also, the government landed in a controversy because of the Swachh break. I mean, how do you explain that?
There is no controversy at all. The controversy has been created. I definitely will say that the Swachh Bio, that company, when our officers have made some sort of a due diligence, our officers have found that this company has got 8 patents over the past 17 years. They have got a new technology which is not there in the world, in terms of producing ethanol. The next generation ethanol manufacturing plant technology is available with them. When Swachh Bio, through their directors, formed here in Hyderabad, here in Telangana, these people wants to take the leverage of the technology. Fine, till that level, MOU has been signed. And I mean to say that if somebody is related to somebody, if somebody is related to Chief Minister, will it stop somebody, his brother or his relatives, who were there in US for the past 30 years, who were in the business for the past 20-25 years, and who would like to make their investment in the state at the right juncture? This is a time where they got an opportunity to leverage on the new technology which is available right now. The person who registered may be getting 1% of the company or 2% of the company. That is not made public by those company. Unnecessarily they created a furor. I can bet on it. That's the real reason I told. Even KCR's son or daughter or grandson or granddaughter would come and invest in Telangana, we will welcome them with open arms. We will embrace them and we shall encourage them and we shall try to see that, their companies also exist here. Nothing wrong in it. If somebody has, that technology, if somebody has got the financial strength and somebody can prove their mettle, why can't the state can partner with it? And the second point is our department didn't even offer any incentive. We didn't even give any land, or we didn't give any permission. How can they say that it's quid pro quo? What? Something which is absolutely, abrupt in terms of criticizing. There is no meaning for it actually. Only to confuse people and to make, political gain out of it. Nothing more than that. And they are very clear. And in fact, their technology is being sought. The Swachh Bio technology of US is being sought by many countries. The scientist sitting over there, he was trying to develop a technology for the past 17 years. We can't undermine the technology. If some new technology comes, as you rightly said, the technology will be based from India and the technology should be, given to Australia, Europe and other continents too. And if you want to stop the technology, some other state will take the advantage. Why will they? This is a time where first generation ethanol technology is already in place. Now next generation, this is called next generation ethanol production technology. According to them, when they can prove themselves. And they have put the technology before all oil companies. So, we have to take the leverage of it. Nothing, I don't see nothing wrong in it. And is politically out of, they just want to have the political game and to create a confusion. And they're also scared that, why so many investors are showing confidence in Congress government under Ravinder Reddy. They're also scared, so they just want to scare away the investors. That is the only reason.
Including the Telangana Congress recently organized a protest after the Hindenburg report came. The earlier Hindenburg report was considered much more damning against it talked about the brazen accounting fraud the Adani group had indulged in. The leader Rahul Gandhi has been very vocal against the Adani group, and the earlier report cited investigative documents here that said the Adani group has bribed all levels of government. You said you welcome any money that comes into Telangana. How about dealing with a group that your leader has been vocal against and which is allegedly involved in such?
Yeah. If you have seen the Rahul Gandhi's comment many a time, he was just telling all the resources of this country should not be shared among one or two people. Okay, that was his main intention. All the resources should not be cornered by one or two people. That was his intent. He was not personally against Adani. It was against one or two major companies who were literally taking the resources, Indian natural resources, into their hands and creating no space for others. That's the real reason he opposed. After the Hindenburg report has come into being, we also protested. And now, after this SEBI issue, after the Supreme Court told that the expert committee has to be formed, and an expert committee sought the opinion of the SEBI regarding that, nothing has been coming out for the past 17 to 18 months. So there was a protest. That is one angle I would like to say. To your question, I would like to say, one way of me looking into things is, one way we are inviting investor to come and partner with our state. Okay. For example, we deem, the capital flowing from different entrepreneurs or straight and clear. And I can't say no if somebody comes and wants to put as a rightful claim. Suppose if Adani or Ambani or X or Y or Z makes an application that I want to put an industry, on what grounds shall I have to reject? On what grounds can I reject? If there is a conclusion by the Supreme Court or some sort of a report comes up against somebody, then we can say, no, we are not. Then we can put up a condition. Now, at this point of juncture, how can I say, suppose if somebody wants to keep 100 crores or 200 crores and want to create employment to our unemployed graduates, how can I, no, you are Mr. So-and-so, I can't say, because that is not law. If somebody is forbidden, if somebody's money can't be literally be used, and if somebody says that it's absolutely unlawful, then I can say that. Now that in simple language, if he comes with an application, puts up and say that I want to invest in certain field, on what basis can I reject it? So this is a big question. So that's the real reason we are asking them to invest. Whoever comes, we will, give them all the permissions as per the law. If they are, told by the law authorities that it should not be, then we will take that into cognizance and try to say in right words. That is very clear, because your question is right. Many people have so many doubts about it. But here it is a simple thing. When he comes and puts an application, on what basis? Tomorrow he will go to court of law. We don't have any reason. That's the real reason. I can't say no. At the same time, whatever the party's programs are there, I also had gone there. I also spoke That is the party's direction.
You've signed 4 Adani Group companies, right, in Davos. Have the investments materialized?
Till now, because it has not materialized as of now. Why basically is we are going to have a new power policy, and on the new power policy only, things will be determined how much investment can they make. Tell me, brother, how can I reject any application? Oh, I don't have a valid point yet. Same thing. It's not you. Every time I go out, you are asking for Adani investment is coming, and your party is saying this thing. What is this? In fact, he has also asked the other day in the night.
Sir, during your Davos visit, you state government entered MOUs with different companies for worth 40,000 to 232 crore, and during your US visit, state government entered MOUs worth 31,500 crores, totaling 71,732 crores. Out of this, anything has materialized or any?
No, few are in pipeline, and few have come. They have given their representations, applications. They are in the process. About 10 to 15,000 crores investments are in process. And over a period of time, it's 40,000, not in 1 year.
8 months, 83,000, right?
Pardon?
83,000 crore investment.
Yeah, 9,000 to 10,000 in between where we made
average per month.
MOU. So what happens, in any company, suppose for example, $1 billion investment, if they sign an MOU, that doesn't mean they are going to keep in a year. In some cases, they will be putting it in tranches, like in 4 or 5 years or 6 years, depending upon their financial closure. Okay? So that's what happens. So our point is, if you start, this, because nowadays, after now, this is the right time for active involvement of all the states. Because now the China plus one geopolitical scenario, everybody wants to come and invest in India, and also in Vietnam, and also in some third world countries where it is possible for them, they get the resources. So it is right time for the India to literally see that we attract industries, either it is in core engineering or in software or the new technologies. So it's the right time to attract. Now generally what happens, every company, big company does window shopping. They go to Tamil Nadu, they go to Karnataka, they go to Gujarat, they come to Telangana. How we bargain going to shops, right? That fellow is going to give this much. Are you going to give this or not? So we will be in a catch-22 situation where if we don't give slightly more concessions or incentives or equal incentives, he will try to go away. Simple. I'm putting it cross and putting it on record also. That's what is happening. So how best we can market ourselves is most important.
So any plans?
So it's like a salesperson job, nothing more than that.
So any plans to introduce new industrial policy in the state?
Yeah. Basically, in terms of industrial policy, where we are looking out for the aviation industry to come. Okay, in big way. And we are also planning to get the defense, because the ecosystem here is over the period after, you may be knowing as a senior journalist, immediately after independence, this is a strategic location for all the defenses. Even it may be R&D, even it may be, production, HAL is there, DRDL is there.
No,
so
MSME sectors are contributing.
Yeah, and around HAL, there are so many ancillary industries.
Yes.
So now the private are allowed to keep are allowed to enter into the defense and aerospace. So all these people are coming now. So we would like to encourage in a big way. And thirdly, this regarding this green energy also. This green energy is also important. Non-conventional energy, where we would like to take the leverage of it, because the new energy policy, what Chief Minister and the Deputy Chief Minister is a energy minister, or they are also trying to come up with a new energy policy which shall encourage the green energy in a big way. So this is where and also the textile industry we are looking up. Now that the Young One Corporation of South Korea has already established in Warangal. The other day when we had visit to South Korea, we told them and we appealed them to invest more. So they are coming forward to invest more in Tier 2 city, that too in Warangal. So our major responsibility is to create infrastructure in terms of giving one more airport. Because any multinational companies would ask for the airport, and also they would be asking for good hotels, and for their employees to stay there and stay put, they need good colleges and schools. So this sort of infrastructure we have to create. And second, coming to our point is, all these years we never had a MSME policy, as you rightly said. We would like to, because after pandemic, Rahul Gandhi keeps on telling, he was so emphatic in his speech, he told that because of non-negligence of the central government to provide incentives and encouragement to MSMEs during COVID, that has led to closure of so many MSMEs, where if you see the MSMEs only creates large employment. So as per his vision and his direction, we will try to encourage MSMEs to the best possible, where employment to the many people is possible. So for that MSME policy, our officers have gone around 7-8 states which have vibrant MSME policy. For example, in manufacturing sector, we can say that Tamil Nadu is the best. Basically on shop floor personal force, they have the best, and the women are so trained over there. In all the manufacturing sector industries over there in Tamil Nadu, 50% of the women employed. So keeping that in view, we will try to put in a new vibrant MSME policy which will be coming up in next month. Almost its final draft is over, and it is been now vetted out by my last leg of our ministry and also our Chief Minister. For that, we have taken the best examples of few states, and we are trying to inculcate.
What are the other states? Gujarat?
No, it's firstly Tamil Nadu, secondly Gujarat, and if you see in certain parts of UP, certain parts, not total UP as such as, and also not, I can say not in manufacturing Bangalore, but we are much way ahead in terms of manufacturing in Hyderabad. So these states, in few of the states where the skill available is good, better than us, what we thought is the next step we have to see that the shop floor workforce should be equipped with the latest knowledge. And nowadays, everything is modernized. All the machines are modernized. Most of the companies use the robotic machines. So for that, we just thought and we made that initiative, the skill initiative, first in place. If you see the initiative, what we have done for ITIs, we are infusing about 2,400 crore rupees in ITIs, Industrial Training Institutes.
We recently carried a series of stories on ITIs. Their condition is pathetic.
Yeah, now we have just started. We have now renaming it as Advanced Technology Centers. We are putting 2,400 crores with the help of the Tata company, who are the major sponsors for this, And tomorrow, if you see, after 2 years, you just see they will be totally revolutionary. You know, the Indian Express will have an advantage. Basically, you're all telling, after seeing your one of the articles which I've seen, I was telling the Labour Commissioner, what is this new article in sir, we have just started and we would like to see that this article will be rebutted after 2 years.
No, I was concerned about the students.
No, absolutely, I do agree. I have an ITI in my constituency. Okay. Over the past 10 years, 10 batches of students have come out. We couldn't able to really place them in a good organizations. Basically, they lack skills required by the industry. There is a skill gap. So now, if you go and see the Mallappalli ITI, now at this point of our, we have put all the latest machines, the robotic machines, they will be trained now. So that every industry is putting that sort of machines now. Even in terms of, so many trades, they have electrician trade, the painting job, and the carpentry and air conditioning, and so many trades which have been there for the past 30 to 40 years, they are still continuing without looking at what industry needs, how industry is getting modernized with the new machines and all. Now we got the track of it, and Tata company has come forward to put their investment, and they would like to train all these ITI students, of the 65 ITI students, and most 90% will be placed now because they will be industry ready by the time they come out.
In this context, sir, recently that skill university bill was also passed. So what shape do you see it taking? Because I saw some brochure. It says the average fee is about 50,000-60,000. There are certain courses, but what exactly is the vision? Can you elaborate?
Why I just started that because basically we have been thinking, because we've been talking. I'll come down to that answer. Once we've been looking at, we have enough talent over here in one angle, where the exceptionally qualified grads and postgrads are produced by the excellent universities. And if you look at the other side, industry wanted people, but they're not able to fit what our university has been produced. So they are not industry ready people. So there is a skill gap. That gap has to be filled. That is the responsibility of a government. The first initiative, the skill initiative, is this. And the second skill initiative, before we thought of skill university too, is banking, financial services, insurance sector. This we are going to unveil on 29th or 30th. That is the best initiative, where BFSI consortium, when I and Chief Minister had a great dialogue with them, when we told them that we produce these many BCom students, these many, lakh and above engineering students, but they are not able to fill in 20,000 jobs required every year for them. So then we had many deliberations, and we had come down to a conclusion that, and we told the BFSI consortium, all the big multinational banks heads have come. So we told them, why don't you put a curriculum module in BCom second year and engineering second year, and you yourselves, your teaching staff should come and train them. And by the time they finish their graduation, they will be absorbed in all this banking, financial, insurance sector. Their starting salary, they told that it will be 25,000. So for that, we are now going to start that curriculum. And we have selected few colleges. Initially, this year it will be 2,000 students will be getting trained. By next year, we will be scaling up to 10,000. Absolutely 10,000 people every year will be job guaranteed. Just imagine. They are not now on the roads actually. So this is one more skill initiative. And the third thing, when we thought about, there are so many institutions which try to give skill, like we have in our own department, we have task. And we have this in R&B, we have one more training institute which caters to the training for the base level functioning for all, construction NAC. There are so many institutes like that. We would like to put everything of them on one umbrella. One. And secondly, we talk to pharma industry, we talk to this poultry industry, we talk to the CREDI, which is in construction industry. Different verticals we spoke, and we just thought, now it's a high time now, because if we look upon and say what we have promised our younger generation, that we will fill 2 lakh government jobs, okay, wherever there is a vacancy. We are on the job now, we are in the process. But if you look the other way, there are about 30 lakh people who needs employment. It's only private sector which can give the employment. So there we could able to find there is a skill gap. So we have to fill in that gap so that at least 70 to 80% will be getting attracted to the industry. That's how the concept has come, and that's how we have taken it to the next level. So many man hours have been spent with industries, and they came forward of sponsoring. And I would like to say, in a month or 2 months time, corpus fund from many big corporations, they are showing interest to infuse into this skill university.
Yes, sir.
No, corporate fund. One time grant by those people, like they have done it for ISB.
But ISB, the idea was good, but it is not for the average
Middle class.
people. There come from the rich.
No, that's the real reason. ISB, if you see the triple IT approach is there for the middle class too. So what we are planning to do is, it's for everybody now. The skills will be from shop floor to the highest technology partner. Now we are not leaving it to only software industry where somebody wants to learn artificial intelligence or cyber security and all. We would like to see that, if somebody wants to get trained in as an electrician, somebody wants to get trained in plumbing, because the 10th class and 12th class dropouts, if they want to pursue these sort of courses, now we call it a vocational course, right? If they want to pursue, we will train them as per the industry needs. For example, a plumber here, if he gets trained properly, he can earn about 2 to 3 lakh rupees. 2 to 3 lakh rupees if he goes to Middle East. That sort of opportunity is there. So in all verticals, we are just seeing how we can train them and make them job ready, so that world will look on Hyderabad. Ultimately is, if industry, they want to keep it, there is a skill available, we'll keep it here. So we would like to keep, do professionally and make Hyderabad a skill capital. Absolutely, we are doing it on, and this year 7 industry partners have come to train 7 verticals. For pharma, 1 industry partner has come. For construction, CREDI, all association have come. They will sponsor. Absolutely, they will be training. So whatever the skills required for their industry, they will be training and they will be taking them. That's a win-win situation for an unemployed, and for them and for the state also. So productivity rises. So it's unlike ISB, what you're saying, it's we are catering to each level of this thing. And for the people, underprivileged, and for, socially, the people we are going to give tomorrow. We told, Chief Minister also told that we'll be giving fee reimbursement. That's a big idea actually. And no other government has taken this initiative on behalf of government. But government will act as a facilitator. It will be absolutely be industry driven. And fortunately, when we requested Anand Mahindra, the chairman of the Mahindra Group, to be the chairman of the group, he consented to be the chairman of the group. That shows the seriousness of the government, that we will only facilitate the functioning of this skill university. We don't want to intervene. As you rightly said, some point of time the bureaucratic intervention may cause some problem, or the political influence may cause problem in terms of admissions or in terms of putting their VCs or putting their faculty and all. So the VCs also will be selected by the chairman, the co-chairman, and a team of directors who are absolutely from the industry. So this is, we're trying to put up some initiative. There will be ups and there will be down, and tomorrow you will only be criticizing, this fellow told like this, it is coming like this. Then we will try to learn from that examples and move forward. We are positive on that. So experimenting. When we are experimenting, things will come down sometimes. We will try to learn from this wrongs and we'll move forward.
So any plans to encourage the lithium battery manufacturing units in the university?
Yeah, many people are interested also actually. Foxcon is interested, and now these people, two other startups have come in lithium battery. Two startups are doing good. Youngsters, absolutely youngsters. If you look them, you get so much of encouragement, so much of energy also. They are so young. They are producing. They are getting their raw material from South America.
South America is there.
Yeah, I heard that when I gone there to lay the foundation stone. So they are all youngsters, just 21, 22 years. They got a leap, one from their industrial background and somebody was in research. They've all come together, 4 or 5 guys, they are doing it. And we would like to encourage that also, because we have to create that ecosystem, because next is the EV. As you said, the time is for EV. And from there, we will also study about the next level of technology, hydrogen. After EV, hydrogen comes into picture. So we told our industry people to concentrate on that also.
Coming back to politics. Yesterday was a big day. Hydra is going and demolishing everything. So we have certain questions on that thing, but there is a lot of controversy because this has been happening and postponements have been happening right now. The question is not that the demolishing reactors can convention. It's a right thing. But the point is that permissions have been given by earlier governments, one way or the other. Everybody now I saw somewhere that somebody claims that he has an NOC from this department, that department. Will this all not end up in courts of law and then finally, it will fizzle out?
The point here is the lakes. Okay.
Also, it is like discouragement to the investors. Maybe.
It's not about what we are committed to. Earlier the city was also called a city of lakes. The lakes and the water bodies, which are very important in today's world, about environment. The recent tragedies, if you have seen the flood situation a couple of years back, how it has devastated our city. Why it had happened, how it had happened. All these things we have taken into and made a detailed analysis about it. For example, the persons who have constructed their farmhouses or their own buildings and they are letting this sewerage in the drinking water facilities in the Gandhi pit. How can we tolerate that? How can anybody can tolerate it? So this is the case, this is the instance where our government thought now it's high time for an action. You know, our chief minister, when he has been asked by a friend of us, he told whether he would be there for a year or 2 years or 5 years or 10 years in power, we have to do good work. We are not trying to see that to put everybody be pleased and see that the next tenure be continued. But whatever the God has given that opportunity, we have to do the best for the common guy, common man. So my point here is not only the senior actors is an issue. Before that, our Congress guy, you know, a senior ex-parliamentarian thing has also happened. We are not vindictive to anybody, but we want to see that the catchment area and the proper flow of the streams takes place, the greenery should be done, and the purity of water should be there. But if somebody has done wrong, we can't keep our eyes closed and see, you know, let them do this.
Opposition is not saying vindictive, it is selective. Opposition is saying it is selective approach.
How can Pallam Rajuji be selective?
Sir, the BRS party has
We haven't done anything for BRS. Now we're going to belong to BRS.
recently the BRS has released some videos, drone videos pertaining to the farmhouses of MLC Patnam, Mahendra Reddy and some others.
Including CM, satellite images.
No, our colleague Pongoleti Srinivas Reddy had held a press meet and told even a single inch of the land comes under water body. The government, and he is also willing to demolish immediately. That is the challenge thrown. And he has shown that on record also, that is not there. If somebody makes a political statement on few of the properties of Congress leaders, that doesn't mean that they have done wrong. First example is pure case example where the Congress leader suffered first. No other leader suffered to that sort of extent. So it's definitely not selective, it's not vindictive. It is for the cause of a common man who needs to drink clean water, who needs to have a beautiful environment to live and sustain himself. That's the main cause.
So extending the hydras that it is illegal today, MP OVC, he has posed the question that will the government, calling it selective demolition only, that will the government demolish FTL areas near Necklace Road or near the central government buildings in Necklace Road or GHMC?
Given that they wrote a letter to CM asking him to demolish all the illegal structures in the FTL of Sensor.
No, we just started the exercise. Government just started.
It also comes under FTL of Sensor.
No, government just started the exercise. Okay. Through exercise of this, the main concern is, first of all, our main concern is where the residents of Hyderabad, Secunderabad, Hyderabad are drinking water from which source? Himash Sagar, Usman Sagar.
Yes.
This Himash Sagar and Usman Sagar, when they are polluted by the sewerage water, first task is to control that. Right? We have to see that the sewerage water doesn't flow to a drinking water, Himash Sagar or Usman Sagar. This is where we are concentrating upon.
But KSR also already announced it sometime back. There is no need for Usman Sagar or Hyderabad Lake or something because we are bringing Krishna water and Godavari water. They successfully decided to destroy both the lakes.
No. That's not right actually, I'm saying. We are drawing Krishna water, we are drawing Godavari water. Next, we are drawing about 15 TMC again for the for this Musi and also restoration project and also see that the drinking water needs are met. But do you mean to say that, the Usman Sagar and Himas Sagar should be polluted with the sewerage thrown by these farmhouses? Does these people want that? I'm simply asking that. And many social movements have taken place. Many groups who ran the movements to stop illegal constructions and nalas on the streams, on the river streams, should be demolished. This has been there for the past 20-25 years, and we are there in the government too. Now the intent of the government is very, very clear and committed, and we would like to go by it, provided friends from media also support it. And it is a good movement, it is a social movement. Everybody has to join and see that, the naturality which was there for Hyderabad, Bhagyanagar, restores. So this is what we are trying to do. If citizens of this state or this Hyderabad comes onto the road and says, don't do it, then government will think about it.
Sir, the MLA from your MLA Congress MLA Danam Naginder is opposing this move, sir, because it will impact in the GHMC elections.
But our point is, I rightly told in the first instance itself, our Chief Minister is not looking out elections and continuing for 30 long years or 40 long years. As long as we do good for the people, even if for 1 day or 5 days or 5 years in governance, our government wants to do good. We are not bothered about the elections which are coming up. We are very clear in our intent. If our intent is clearly understood by our people, automatically the democratic process will come back. So we are very clear on that. One of our colleagues or some of our political colleagues may have different views or objections or expressions. We will try to reason out with them and tell them this is for better cause.
Sir, one thing, there is no clarity regarding the penalizing the encroachers, sir. You are doing demolitions, so the structures are being demolished, but any penal action will be there against them, sir?
No, now we are just thinking to stop this drain water or the sewerage water to going down to this main reservoirs. We never thought to penalize somebody because, as he rightly said, one of the government functionaries, then some officer would have given. We will also see that who that officer who has given the consent. From that level, we'll start. In few cases, I've seen in the newspapers that the middle class people, upper middle class, without knowing that their apartments comes under that vicinity, they bought it. It is not their fault. It is a fault of the developer. It is a fault of that fellow who was there in the municipal corporation who had given permission to do so. So we have to identify and how can we punish them. We will just see how we will formulate that. Our point is to just see that now the natural streams comes into being. Next level will be that definitely. Suppose if you have bought a apartment unknowingly, because he got the permission, the developer like me would have got permission, and I'm selling it, and on that premise you are getting a salary, the bank fellow would have given the loan. You should not put to suffering. So that cases, government is also looking how to deal with those sort of cases.
Regarding IT, you spoke about the need. Hyderabad's push against Bangalore in the recent years, it has gone more, and increasing GCCs also here is a lot more. And if they come, their families come, schools and all are built. But Bangalore in recent years has seen a lot of infrastructural challenge in terms of water, transport. Here also, when there is traffic snarls in IT corridor and all, it goes viral on social media. So is there a integrated department plan, or is there a learning from them or something?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm saying, we are not far behind Bangalore in terms of technology. I can still bet that, the best brains are here in Hyderabad. So slightly they have certain advantages. They have taken a lead. Now we will take a lead in times to come. That is our vision. Secondly, when it comes to the bad examples of the Karnataka, the Bangalore, so that we will keep into consideration about regarding the mobility, regarding the drinking water, regarding the irregular and unplanned city infrastructure which is there over there. Over here we have an advantage right now. Nobody in any state has that. We have an outer ring road. We have a metro rail. We have an international airport. From nook and corner of Hyderabad you can reach within an hour to outer ring road. Even though we have the advantages, now our government focus is to see that in all four directions the development should take place, not only in one direction.
The four cities.
No, not four cities, the other aspect. Suppose some people say too much of development in terms of IT expansion is done in West. Okay? So we will try to make a balance, taking slightly moving over there to the south, to the north and east. So the city will be balanced and the mobility will never be a problem. In terms of, this infrastructure like water and all will never be a problem. And keeping all those in view, and hence 20 years from now, like what we thought in 2005, you just think about it. Maybe you are too young and all. When I was there as a second time MLA, then Chief Minister Rajshekhar Reddy has started outer ring road. Many people criticized. I was there on the floor of the house. Many people criticized why you are putting so much of capital expenditure into this infrastructure. Now this outer ring road infrastructure is so helpful, is so useful, and it is supposed to be a best productive capital expenditure ever made. So now we are planning for a regional ring road now. Just imagine after 20 years. People may again say that, why they are going to spend about 25,000 crores on regional ring road. If you create a regional ring road, our villages also, that tier 2, tier 3 cities also will develop. People who wants to like to come and put their industry will always see the approach to the international airport, access to the market, access to the different other states. So Triple R road will create an access all through the same. One more garland will be coming up. So keeping all those examples in view, we are trying to see that we will create a balance, try to move certain industries to certain part. Suppose we are totally concentrating on semiconductor industry right now, and we are concentrating on EV industries, we are concentrating on textile industry, we are concentrating on MSMEs. So how do we plan it in the four corners? That is one. And the fourth city is just, we just want to create a net zero city where no pollution should be there. And this should be the state of art city where you have sports, you have education, you have IT industry, where you have pharma industry, where you have electronic industry, and where you have residential towers, and where you have entertainment in these 15,000 acres. So that is slightly towards south, slightly in between west and south, it will be station. So that's how we would like to scatter the development in all the ways so that the issues which have been faced in Bangalore will never come, will be repeated here.
Sir, it seems that only this government is concentrating in and around Hyderabad only in terms of IT industries, whereas the previous BRS government encouraged the investors to invest in the district headquarters also, IT industries, and they started the IT hubs also. But what is the fate of IT hubs in the in this government?
So our point of vision is, our vision is to take it to the tier 2 or tier 3 cities too. First, my responsibility to see that whatever the infrastructure which has been created, it should be filled first. For example, if you take very near Siddipet is there, you have to fill that. So we are encouraging the software guys, software companies, to go and put their resources over there. So we would like to give more incentives for them to put. And the new initiatives, we are concentrating, we are more concentrating than them. We would like to take Make in India concept where it has one district, one product, OD-OP initiative. We will take it very seriously. We don't mind, it's because it's central government which has a different ideology. Things which are really be useful for our district. We are trying to really select one district, one product to go it in a big way. And also see that, in recent budget, when we have placed on the floor of the assembly, to give momentum to women entrepreneurs. We have said in that one mini industrial park will be established in each assembly segment. This is how we are concentrating. We will lay the seeds, we will reap, we will show. Definitely we have an intent, we will do it. When we told about Skill University, people just thought it won't happen. The second session of our assembly, we brought in a legislation. When we told about ITI modernization, people thought nothing will happen within these fellows. Then we started that initiative. The physical infrastructure development is now going to taking with very rapid pace, and the modernization will come. Now BFSI, this is other skill initiative. I would like to invite you people within next 2 days. That is a beautiful initiative. No other state, Karnataka, they after these people now. Because after coming to know that BFSI initiative is taking place here, because they are all my people, as I rightly said, they are also good friends of mine. So they keep talking to me, man, why you are not letting these people out? So these are all things where we take it very positively, and we just don't want to create a, what do you say? No, just a parda and पीछे पर्दा के पीछे कुछ नहीं रहता. We don't want to do that.
You're mentioning Make in India, emphasizing on it. A lot of AI, as there is a push on AI, many startups in T-Hub they are like commending the government's leadership to start this AI summit, but at the same time they're asking that the push is on R&D, but it should be equally on the hardware manufacturing, so that the end product is cheaper for us. So some push?
That definitely. It's not about, because R&D in the long way will produce the best of the products. That's our main concern. In the long run, R&D can't show results in 2 years or 3 years or 4 years in first tenure itself. But we have to sow the seeds. And secondly, we are all concentrating. When we thought of AI city, it's not about physical infrastructure what we create. It's about creating a comprehensive architecture for the AI city, which will have, suppose, in earlier times where, computer will be led by central processing units. Now it is graphic, which have faster computing.
That's what they are asking, GPUs and microprocessors.
Yeah, that's what we are concentrating at. Now any company may be coming forward, or any startups, or any innovation takes place in that. Where it is, in US, I think, I met few guys, they told that the cost of GPU is too high. So they just try to have an alternative technology. The GPU is not required, but still the hyperscaler computing will be done by them. So that sort of innovation will also take place here. We will try to encourage them to. The point over here is, the intention of AI convention is to sensitize people in each and every vertical. when we do the convention, what is AI convention for? A common man should think about it. What will be their future? How AI will affect the future of the citizens? We have to sensitize it. How do we sensitize it? Through this convention only. The lead speakers will be coming from OpenAI, GenAI, the people who are into products. They will try to express the people who are into governance, who are already integrated AI into their governance. They will come and explain. And we'll also be talking about, how AI ethically affect, how sometimes it can be unethical, how it will be useful. Today in some newspaper in Telugu vernacular way, how AI can be useful, how AI can be controlled by our human mind. So that's what I express. So everything I've seen in the news, especially in the news, a lady reads all the news. I mean to say, the women is reading all the news, and it gets the content, it gets the data, and women over there seeing over there is also not real. And tomorrow it will affect each and every vertical of our life. So how do we really take the leverage of it? When the new technology comes into being, there is always a fear. One is losing jobs. The greatest fear is losing jobs. When we thought the software is coming up, then also in 80s and 90s, everybody thought we will be losing jobs. But over a period of time, we learned how to create jobs. When AI is taking shape now, simple phrase it goes, low code, no code. Because coding has also been done by AI. If you give a proper prompt, telling that it will only give the code. So all my coding engineers, where should they go if they don't integrate and embrace this AI? So we have to sensitize all these people. Suppose, for example, I have 2 lakh people over here. Most of the people are into coding. What need to be done for those people? We have to literally think about it. It's just my concern. How to really, see how AI is coming on to us. Now let it come and it will come and go. So that's when Y2K has come. People thought everybody will be out. But Y2K has created so much of employment, especially for our people too. So we have to take the advantage of it. How best we can take the advantage of it, how we can create it, whether we can create it. It's only experiment, boss, now at this point of juncture.
So, speaking about not following the bad examples of other cities that you mentioned, over a month ago, the Karnataka government proposed a bill giving 70% reservation to Kannadigas, locals, in private jobs. There was huge uproar. NASSCOM had an issue. Several corporate leaders also, were worried about it. So at that point, you made a statement on Twitter saying, "Welcome to Telangana." So, what would you say is the attitude of the Hyderabad IT industry towards non-Telugu speakers coming from other cities? Because there are varying perspectives on that. So,
no, absolutely, it's a cosmopolitan city. This city encourages a talent. Whether you're from Gujarat, whether you're from Bangalore, or it's from this encourages the talent. So we would like to encourage the talent at any cost. But we have selfishness within our state. That's the real reason I would like to say the skill university, where we will like to impart skilling to our people and see that they will excel, they will be the number one. So they will be only attracted, right, by the industries. With a due respect for the people who come from different states. We will also give an importance, but ultimately our people over here in Telangana who needs employment over here has to be encouraged. How do we do that? So doing it in a very positive way, skilling them, making them the job ready, making them more competent than others coming down from other states. That is our intention, very positively.
So that's
So,
just the politics.
so many assurances given in your manifesto are taken for implementation. And manifesto committee
There are too
chairman,
many
what is your view?
questions.
What do you want to say?
No. We have given 6 guarantees.
Yeah.
And we have 13
Promises.
promises in that.
Yeah.
One by one, we are trying to put it in action, implementing. We don't go back, and we will implement. We will implement in toto all the 6 guarantees. That's for our assurance. Now, why it is not been done overnight? I will also tell that. Because of the financial indiscipline done for the past 10 years. So we would like to keep the financial discipline intact first. Then keep our ball rolling properly. That is our intent. Maybe it's causing slight delay. I'm not telling it's not delay. Delay in terms of when we made a statement of giving 2 lakh, farm waiver. If there was a delay for 5 months or 6 months, we thought of planning it in a right way and putting it across. But we never had, like those people who have done 1 lakh for 4 installments.
4 installments.
So when we told in one installment itself, in one go itself, we are doing it.
Which one?
So people have to literally see the intent of the government, commitment of the government. I mean to say, the commitment of the government. When we told our free bus ride, we are doing it or not. When we told our 200 units of power free, we are doing it or not. When we told of 10 lakhs Rajiv Arakyasri, are we doing it or not? So this is also one more initiative. And we are taking one by one. And we shall see that the revenues increase for the state budget and try to spend for the welfare. And also not at the cost of development. We will have development and welfare go together and states prosper.
But just one last question, sir. Today, KTR released a video accusing your government, your party, of getting money from Karnataka through the scam called the Valmiki scam. That they withdrew some money and sent some 44 crores from there to here for funding your party's elections here.
No, this is ridiculous. Absolutely nonsense, I can say. ED, that thing as in the radar of ED. Okay? Those people got arrested. And that minister got ousted by our own government. Government itself has made him leave the cabinet. And it's a banker and few individuals have done this malpractice, which we don't have any, we are not a part and parcel of what people are doing it, and government can't intervene and say what in government, what in bank, whatever, every day, whatever we're doing. Yeah. It's absolutely scrap and nonsense, I can say.
Quoted the Karnataka minister as well as saying that if Sridhar is removed, Telangana government will be toppled in relation to the scam.
Siddharamaya is not going to get removed. Frivolous charges, politically motivated charges on Siddharamaya is very clear. Second thing, what this government over the past 8 months has been doing great things for the people. Why will, if he dreams about it, if things want to happen, everybody dreams something or other.
Sir, Ajay, AC Secretary చెప్తున్నారా Congress మంత్రి చెప్తున్నారా? You are the in charge for Karnataka.
Karnataka Congress minister saying that. Karnataka Congress minister saying that if it is removed, Telangana government will be toppled. And what was the?
No. Somebody would have said, I haven't seen it. Somebody would have said that, central government, the BJP's intention is to topple governments. That's how in the broad phase they should have told. I think so. I haven't seen it in what context he has said. But it is very clear, no? BJP over the past 5, 6, 7, 8 years been toppling the government all the time. Maharashtra, you see in Manipur, you see in, they tried in West Bengal. They tried everywhere. Come on, yeah.
Sir, you are from Mandari constituency. One of the key components of Kalyan project is from in your constituency?
Total all 3 barrages.
Yeah. So what really went wrong in Kalyan project? Like we know the politics behind it, but since you're from ground zero, what do you think went wrong?
Absolutely ill planning, ill execution, and an engineer has to do his work, engineering work. A politician has to do the policy making. A carpenter has to do his work, and administrator has to do his work. If a journalist wants to do engineer's work, and journalism work has to be done by Sridhar Babu, can it do professionally as you? It can't be done. In the same way, the dam or barrage which has to be constructed by the engineers or by the construction company has been designed by the chief minister, who is neither an engineer. Simple logic.
Speaking of Mantini, your memories of another former Mantini MLA and former PM Natsmara?
Yeah, he is a great visionary and a great leader.
Personal memories?
Yeah, he's a great visionary and leader who used to think, who's thinking and who's, we can't compare him with anybody as such. Although I carry the legacy of getting elected from the same constituency of my father, after that, after him, my father, me, he's a great man, I can say that. He has a great wisdom. Although a little interaction I had after I became politician while he was not in power. He used to tell about development, he used to tell about welfare, he used to talk about much of international relations, how India should be. That's stupendous. He's a great person, a great personality, and that too from our area. We are so proud of him.
Sir, it has been an absolute pleasure talking to you. And thank
Hopefully you got the answers.
Yeah, it was very
You
absorbing.
ragged us. You ragged.
It was an absorbing discussion, and thank you for your patience in
Thank
answering all the questions.
Thank you, boss. Thank you.